What's up, everyone? This is Kennetic. This is BmurrTheET, Young Niek. We are here on the Planet Pod, our very first Planet Euphoria podcast, coming from the Launchpad live. Yeah, let's get right into it. We got a bunch of great topics to talk about today. We just did a show on Friday. Let's go.
Let's do it, man.
How you guys doing today?
I'm feeling good, man. But before we get into the show, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Ken, you dropped a project. You wanna shameless plug yourself real quick?
Yeah. All right. So I just dropped an album called 2001. Back in November, all the music I used to do, deleted everything, completely rebranded, and for the past 6 months, I really just spent working at the craft and really figuring out where I wanted to go. And honestly, I made the best project I've ever made. The way I structured it, didn't even mean to structure it the way it was, but it was actually perfectly structured with all the songs fitting together perfectly. And yeah, it's perfectly me, honestly.
Absolutely, and that's perfect because I'm going to go ahead and say 2001 right here.
Yeah.
So for an album that is representative of when you touch down on this planet, for it to very accurately depict like who you are, what you're into, what you got going on, and this and that, like that's the perfect. Because my question was going to be like, what does 2001, aside from it being your birth year, represent to you? And
Me.
yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Well, that and like, how are you feeling now that it's out? Like, I know you've been grinding and showing us different tracks, but how does it feel?
Relieving. Extremely relieving. Just get it all done. I wanted to do all the promo and everything after the fact so that way people can have something to come to. Because I feel like if you're promoting a track, they're just like, oh yeah. But everyone's so ADHD minded nowadays, they're going to forget about it in like 2 hours. So what's the point in doing a bunch of promo like ahead of time? Just do all the promo after.
Absolutely.
How's the reception been?
So far, really good. I have not had a single bad review on any track.
Fantastic.
That's what's up. I like that. Personally, my favorite song was Shake That. That
That.
is my I already told Bmurr I need to get on the remix for that, but yeah, you guys killed that. That is such the beat. I heard the beat, that la la la. I was like, dude, I'm in. This is Shake That. I was like, dude, this is so fire.
Dude, when Ken sent me that, I was like, yes. I said, Ken, what's this song about? He told me what it's about. I'm like, no problem.
I'm in.
I was like, yeah, I'm right on that.
No,
but the thing is, dude, that song's incredible, but there's so many good Braggadocious. Braggadocious is fantastic. Bandit is fantastic. There's so many. Oh my god, dude! There's no skips.
Yeah,
no skips.
I don't think it's a no skip album for me. It's very solid.
The song with Rose is crazy too.
Yeah. The shouts out to the Braggadocious vid too. When's that dropping? Did that come out yet? Or?
No, it didn't. I'm just waiting on someone to get it back to me. You know.
I
seen some footage. It looks good though. I seen some footage.
Listen. Two very minor changes. I'm sorry, I've had a very, very busy weekend, and
no, that's not to put you in the hot seat. I'm excited.
Yeah,
not
to.
I hate to label you as lax in any way, shape, or form because I know you're a man of your business. You and I have talked about it, and I want to make sure that it's absolutely perfect for you. But everything's here. It's something that like as soon as we cut, get it done, and you could probably have it posted within 30 minutes of us breaking this pod, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it looks really, really good. And when I shoot videos, man, I always like to have an open line of communication with whoever I'm shooting for. From the like, you and I are going to do a storyboard after this, right? From the conception, what is your song about? What do you want to depict in your video? And then like throughout, hey, I'm 30 seconds into editing this. Is this the direction you want to go in? Awesome. No, cool. Let's go in a different one. And then the final cut. The rough cut, send it back to them. Any changes, let me know now before I break this down 4K 60 frames and get it out to everybody.
So you're also very considerate of the artist too.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I remember you called me. It was like my day off. You were showing me stuff because you were like, I just don't want to inconvenience Ken.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, same thing I told you guys. Like, I don't want to speak for Kenny, but in my opinion, this looks fire. Like what you're doing looks great. But like I like the consideration that's a huge thing too.
I think one thing that like Ken's album. I think came together the way it did. Like, Ken surrounds himself with like-minded, creative people. Yeah. He's always got a fluent stream of creativity coming through him. He's the owner of the Launchpad. His entire business outside of a 9-to-5, which he also works too, comes through creativity. You know what I mean? There's
Ken's got
nothing but creativity and being an artist. You know,
too many different things. Stretched thin almost.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not a bad thing though. Like, I mean, and kudos to you. I mean, let's honestly, this is a great way to segue into the show because kudos to you. It was. I know there was. The show didn't go exactly how we wanted it for a couple different reasons and whatnot. But to be honest, I think the turnout was great. We had a great crowd pop out. Everyone that showed up and did their set was heard and very well received. Like I was in the back for some of the sets. Like I didn't get to see everybody, but I got to hear everybody. Like I was even playing pool and like the guys I was playing with, they're like, "Oh, this dude sounds great." Yeah. And I'm like trying to tell them, I'm like, "Dude, we gotta like here at Planet, like we have an exceptional roster. Like our roster, I feel like can go toe to toe with anybody. And that's no disrespect to anybody. Bro. We just have so many talented guys, and I think like." That showcase was exceptional. Speak about that. Like, how did that whole booking process go for you? And I know roster selection and
So really, with every show that we do, I try to do a couple different things. I try to look at like who's been putting in the time, the effort, the work, as well. Who like with this last show, I wanted to do like a lot of collaborations, like a lot of like collab sets, and. Like certain people always go well together. Like for instance, Tweez and Ouija, they're working on a collab EP together. Yeah. Why not them two together?
Rose and Ronnie.
Yeah,
they had a
man,
fantastic performance.
Yeah, shout out to Ronnie, man.
Yeah. Ronnie, bro. I looked at Ronnie when he came in. I said, "Bro, I thought you were about to levitate." He said, he looks at me and he goes, "I just might. I just might." Dude, those two guys had phenomenal chemistry.
Dude, like, I was texting Ronnie this morning, dude, dumb early too, and he was like, "I'm really a fashion mocha. These niggas just don't know yet." And I'm like, bro,
he rocked that poncho.
Shout out to Visions, man. Shout out to Visions Attire, bro.
It was a fantastic piece. Yeah, shout out to Visions. Rocking the t-shirt.
When they vend and they set up the attire that they bring to the show, bro. I'm so blessed that whenever they came to this last show, man, I finally copped some Visions merch, man. It was a pair of multicolored camo shorts with the Vision across the side, like, dude, so hard, bro.
And shout out to Gio too. Like I've only met Gio. I've only met him like at the last two shows, but right off the rip, like he's just been such a stand-up and great dude. He told me like outside of just doing the clothes and everything, like the backpack drive, like he's such a stand-up guy for the community, and his brand is just exceptional. So like I wish them nothing but the best moving forward. Plus with their music stuff too, like Rels, Ronnie. No disrespect, I don't know anybody else on there, but everybody else doing their thing on there. I wish you guys nothing but the best and most success.
Well, real quick, because I do think it brings up a good point. I talked to the vendor, the guy that came to, I don't remember his name and I apologize,
Kells.
But Kells, okay. So I was talking to him. You know the thing that's making them go as far as they are? Everybody has a position and sticks to it.
Oh,
like
for sure.
Kells makes music.
For sure.
But at the same time, like he understands that there is a very specific need for him to work in a different sector, so he fulfills that position.
Right.
And anything else that he does it on his own time. And I believe that the structure in that company where it's like, okay, yeah, we have a lot of talented people, but what are you talented the most in? Or like, be the swingman. If we don't have a guy that does this, do we have a guy that's interested in learning that, and that can be our guy that does this, and now we can bring him onto the team. And I think that's so important for any company to do, is put the people in the positions that they best fit.
Well, knowing your role is just the key part to making all the cogs turn.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like they have a fantastically well-oiled machine. They got guys that represent with their music. They have guys that represent with the clothes. They have guys that represent in the community. Guys that vend the shows. Guys that film stuff. Like they're doing it. They're killing it.
Well, if you think about it in the sense of like being a mechanic, dude, I'm not going to trust my muffler or my exhaust to fuel my vehicle. You know what I mean? Two separate parts, both very important though. Right. You know what I mean? So a little bit of a shaky analogy, but you understand.
I mean, it makes sense though. Also, real quick, I remember carrying in a box and some stuff, a big bag of clothes for you guys. I would like a free T-shirt, something, just anything. No, I'm just playing.
Young Niek needs his 5%.
I just need my shirt. No, I'm just playing. You guys killed it though.
Ronnie loves the video, by the way.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so back to the show.
Yeah.
what highlights of the night? What do we want to talk about? So who do we like? What's your guys' key takeaways? Who was your sleeper for the night? Like you weren't expecting to do well. That not expecting to do well, but that surprised
Just like
you.
surprised.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so first off, DTR off white.
Opening for us.
Yeah, he pulled through. Like we had 2 cancellations.
Yeah.
And DTR pulled. Well, we had 1 cancellation. One dude that was just in a whole other state and didn't tell us. But yeah,
What?
yeah. But he's no longer. He was actually in the label, but he's no longer in the label because of that.
Fair enough.
But I hit Ryan up like an hour before the show was even supposed to start, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I had 2 people drop out. Would you do me the biggest favor, pull through, and actually do this for us? And he was like, absolutely, bro. I got you 100%. Yeah, he always does. Like,
so in running a show, because it's a job that the few do, the proud, the brave, the beautiful, the Marines or whatever. When you run into a situation like that, so see, my first take would be, okay, let's extend sets. We have an extra 30 minutes, I think, that we could, there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. We can extend sets, we can reach out, hopefully we can get another person in. Are there any other solutions to that problem? Besides dead air?
Intermission, you just have an intermission in between sets, but I mean, that's really it.
Yeah. Which is fine, dude. I think people need time to go smoke. People want to get some air.
We're getting like a host or something. Someone like talking between the intermission,
a set host.
Yeah, like a set host, or even like
a
a comedian or something.
Yeah.
Like someone to do something in between.
Yeah.
If I wasn't already doing the artist stuff, dude, I'd already do it.
Yeah, right.
On the mic, it's just so natural. Like I crack jokes.
I'm
a clown, a walking clown.
I would provide myself to be able to be hired as a host.
But you're already filming.
Not for the show that I'm in though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to perform and
no, that's right. You're
because
doing
like
3 jobs.
what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go. Next up we got BmurrTheET.
And then,
Hey, what's up, my name is Like, what the fuck is that shit? You know?
But like, look, I mean, still, Ryan definitely pulled through.
Absolutely.
Soulful tone. He really surprised me. He was
Right.
like I said, he was my sleeper for the night. Like, and no disrespect to him, I think he did an exceptional job. I just didn't know anything about him personally. Like, I never met the guy, so I saw him come through like in a whole different fit, completely different from us. He has his own swag, his own sound. Dude, he killed it. His voice is fantastic.
Soulful.
His crowd.
He's got a soulful tone to his voice.
I mean, it's like it was made for him. No, I'm just playing. He also
cool.
went out and did like crowd work too. He was fantastic. He
records here all the time with Matt.
does he?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Like that was my first interaction with him and his boy in the cowboy hat. But that was dope though. They had their own swag, their own style.
Keeping it true.
Yeah.
I think my sleeper for the night, and probably just like, because I go there and connections are everything. I go to any show and connections are everything.
Right.
I like King Moore. I like King Moore.
He had a nice swag to him too.
He did have a nice swag to him. Bro, I actually just texted him earlier. I said, "What's up, Ocho Cinco? It's BmurrTheET." You know what I mean? I've been flaming him, but I did tell him I'd dunk on him too, and that offer's still on the table if he wants to run the one. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, good. Great performance.
He's a really nice guy
I followed
too.
up.
Yeah.
I followed up and went and saw him perform somewhere else. He performed last night at Club Cafe. He had the live guitarist on stage. Worked with him effortlessly.
Oh, that's
and
fantastic.
yeah, man. So as for like seeing him first interaction, never met the guy a day in my life. Did some business with him. Followed up for another show. That's my guy. He's made he made a fan out of me. You know what I mean? And relationship connection that'll hopefully last a little bit of time. And that's what you want from a show, man. Especially as the artist going to a show. Artist fans can either be your worst nightmare or your best dream, dude.
Yeah.
You don't want all of your fans to just be the other artists. You need regular people.
Right.
But with your artist fans, you can develop business relationships, and that's important too.
Right. He also looked real nice in that big buff T-shirt, right? He's my boy Josh was there. He was just like, he's like, dude, he's like, who's the Jack guy? I'm like, you talking about
That's
me?
Terrell Owens.
Nah, I was like, you talking about me? Nah, I'm just kidding. He looked, like I said, his swag was crazy, bro. He was jacked. He had that hat on, bro.
His chains almost blinded me, bro. One of them strobe lights from the stage hit it, and I swear to God, I got LASIK surgery on the spot from it. That's right.
Pretty
No,
much.
he has a real nice sound too.
Yeah.
Very stand up.
Yeah.
It's very
He can
respectful.
rap, he can flow. Yep. He
Like
can sing.
He's a very respectful
Yeah.
guy too. Like, you know, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, very nice guy.
When you dress up like that and you're this like sophisticated type look, that motherfucker had a what was it, a turtleneck.
It was a turtleneck.
He had a turtleneck in August,
bro. He's so fit.
He was built different.
He's so fit,
Yeah.
bro. Not a bead of sweat dripped down his body, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. His body fat percentage must be crazy, dude. He
Oh,
was,
dude, it's
he
negative.
Was, yeah,
He has negative body fat.
Dude, he was jacked.
Like, he has so little body fat, if he stands next to an overweight person, they're gonna be slimmed down. You know what I mean? It's gonna fucking melt off of them.
All right, so who's your guy? Who do you guys think is like your personal best performance of the night?
Man,
and that's so tough to say because like everybody did their thing.
Well, can I restructure the question?
You go top three, however you want.
What duo together, not just one performer, but like since the show was set up as collaboration,
We had a lot of duos,
Yeah,
yeah.
like who do you think was the best tag team, dude?
Dude, I love.
Is it Rey Mysterio and Dom? Like, who is it, bro?
I love Tweez and Weed surprised me.
Yeah.
Like, not surprised me in like a negative way. I just hadn't heard them really like work together like all like that. But they killed
You're
it.
missing out. Yeah,
They
they
killed
have
it.
such good chemistry, bro.
But Rels and Ronnie, bro, their chemistry is just unmatched.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like I said, I was in the
absolutely.
back shooting pool. I didn't get to like watch the whole thing, but when I did look and like got to see some stuff, dude, they were killing it. Their crowd work was great. Even the guy I was shooting pool with, he was just like, dude, these guys sound great.
Yeah.
He's like, they remind me of so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
Like, they had just such a nice flow to them and sound, and like, and then when you talk to them outside of it, they're real stand up dudes. Like, real, you could chop it up
Yeah.
with them. They're awesome guys.
No doubt. Hey man, shameless plug, but just put a little recap video together for Ronnie. Rels is in it. I am a little bit upset that it wasn't a recap of their set together, but it just being Ronnie, like, literally loses no quality. Like,
Nah.
Ronnie on his own is walking, breathing highlight reel when he's on that stage. So look out for that little recap. It's going to be a couple pieces of content for Ronnie. And it's fucking, dude, he looks like a Super Saiyan.
Dude, and he's really funny too.
He is.
He's a really
Cool dude.
funny guy.
Cool dude.
Real cool dude. Down to earth.
Really a fashion mogul.
He I mean, he has his own swag too.
Yeah, he does,
too.
yeah.
Like, I know I keep saying that about everybody, but like, we all kind of have our own thing.
absolutely.
Like, Ken got that like European model plus like a streetwear like thing going on.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I dress like
2001
I'm still
Eminem.
from.
Yeah, dude. What was the first conversation on the way in before cameras ever came on? I said, bro, I'm so jealous of fucking Ken's build because this man could put on
Wear anything.
anything, bro.
Yeah,
You could put on a tall tee right now with a flat brim hat and still somehow
yeah.
like
Look good.
be. You know what I
I'm
mean?
looking like fucking MGK in
Right,
2010 though.
right.
You know?
Chip off the block.
Dude.
Just get go for Halloween. Get somebody that body paints and paint bricks across your stomach.
You know what I
You're
really
It's
gonna
all
be-
gone now. He got like
I
he got it
know.
all covered up.
You know
now.
what
Yeah,
I
he's
really
African
wanna-
American now. He finally transcended races. Dude, if anybody can transcend through race,
First it was
it's
Ariana Grande.
MGK, dude.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think that'll be Eminem if anyone. But
Yeah. Dude, I don't think Eminem would go like he wouldn't
He wouldn't go
transcend to
that far.
African American. He
No.
would transcend to iridescent. It would just be clear.
No.
You know what I mean?
But like,
just be trans.
Yeah, dude.
But, like,
he would-
Listen, bro.
you got
Yeah.
a factor too with Eminem though. Like he stands for something so totally different. Like what he just stands for as an individual.
Yeah.
Like he don't just stand for one race of people. He
Yeah.
stands for like a mindset.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I came from poverty.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, like he's like, I came from poverty.
Don't
This
take
is my
yourself too
story.
seriously, bro. Did you see that Complex interview?
That was
him
fantastic.
interviewing Sim
MGK
Shady.
fucked your mother.
Dude, that's crazy.
She's your mother too, dude. Like
Is that
the
true?
proof?
Did that happen?
I don't know.
Like that'd be
dude.
fucking incredible for what?
If that happened?
Like if that happened,
Bro.
he literally just like he ousted himself and was like, dude, like he just.
That's the smartest
But like,
thing to
but like
do, bro.
also,
That interview was
but like
fantastic.
also, I'm thinking, dude, that's a double entendre because he also just called MGK a motherfucker.
And MGK has
and
got what? Doesn't he have a song called "Motherfucker"? Oh wait, he has "Bad Motherfucker" with
Yeah,
Kid Rock.
yeah,
Bad
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like MGK, like calling him motherfucker.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
right.
it blew over everyone's head. And it was
Yeah.
just
Bro,
like,
then they did did you catch
What?
the barbershop meme where they're like staring at he's like, staring at each other. Bro, the best was he's like, bitch, I wrote Stan. and love the way you lie. He goes,
You put Fact on a greatest hits album.
he's like, congrats, you wrote the song for stalkers and domestic abusers.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah, man. I think like the best thing about Eminem is like he's so good at those references that keeps things culturally like relevant. You know what I mean?
I like that he can self-reflect too, though.
Well, immediately, dude, if Eminem, like Lil Wayne was dropping shit, almost on the spot, something would happen, he dropped. That's the best thing you can do.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I should have, while I was at the Trump rally and it got shot up, the next day I should have dropped a song. You know what I mean? My girl got 3 million views on TikTok because in the parking lot, as we were waiting to get out, she fucking put a TikTok up about what happened. 3 million views. It's timing and monetization. Capitalize off that shit, you know?
Well,
and
like,
that's what Eminem is good with, man.
State of the fair, like the state of the world affairs too. Like it captivates the eye, and like because back in the day, like it was not as quick as it was now.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
nowadays, it's literally I'll pull out whatever and we can get it right now, right anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
But back then, it was just like, yeah, Will Smith don't got a cuss in his rap star record, so I do. Fuck you, like, and like you had to buy the album to hear that.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Will Smith, you guys hear that new Will Smith Russ song?
no.
What?
Will Smith is back
Russ?
to
He
dropping
back?
music, bro.
With Russ?
He dropped a new song with Russ, bro.
Independent Russ. God damn, I wish we
I
had
don't
a
know
music
why
review channel.
So that has to be
You
set
know
up
what I
by
mean?
Jaden Smith probably. Had set
Probably,
that up.
Maybe.
So,
I was just
yeah,
looking at
yeah,
Willow
Will
Smith's body.
What do you mean by that?
She
What do you mean by that?
she got the sneaky sleeper, bro. She got the
sleeper.
mommy milk. No, I'm playing. No.
I'm sorry, you know that
that was in my.
age? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
She told me she was 18. I believe her.
Hey, yo, we just got super off track.
Whatever, dude.
Okay.
I like the Planet Pod, man. I like a free range, maybe some tangents, a little bit of comedy. You know what I mean?
Facts. No, but for real though, back to like the duos of the night. What was everybody else's best?
Yeah.
pick?
What's your
What's Ken's best pick?
Yeah. For duo.
Yeah,
Tag team.
Yeah, and then we can go to solo performance.
Like you're picking
So-
a versus battle.
I don't. Oh man, everyone did so fucking good, but like, I don't know. Every time Shamar and Rich, they just go
Yeah.
on stage together, and then they had Schmoke 11 come out too.
Yeah. Oh my, that's his name.
Yeah.
He was an animal, bro.
Like,
I think one of the only people that like could probably match
bro,
my
that was the
energy.
first time he's ever been in one of our shows, and he's already did
Schmoke
2
11.
promos for our show that he
Yeah.
just performed
oh,
at.
that's fantastic.
Like, and he's already shown some. Like, I'm extremely grateful of it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, but like at the same time, he killed the shit.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
it, bro. You know?
That's fire.
SHMOKE Schmoke 11.
Yep.
You got to follow from me, boy. I was wondering what his name was because, bro, let's talk about surprises. Like, I didn't know him. He was there with the camera too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then he popped out, and you know, sometimes you gotta pop out and show people.
Show who?
People.
Show who? Who do you mean
People.
by that? No,
No, what do you mean by
What do you mean
you
by that?
people?
Dude, you know who else surprised me? Actually, you know what? Do your duo, and then I'll tell my solo.
Well, I mean, my obvious pick and favoritism is Rels and Ronnie. I have relationships with them, but let me try to think about a little bit deeper. Shamar and MX2 are very, very, very close too. Let me just go through the recesses of my memory real quick. Honestly, I'd have to say DTSK and whoever he performed with.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Don't remember his name. I think it's spelled kind of funny. Like, it's like the car. You know the car.
Like the EBT or like EBT, something like that?
I think it was.
Like
Yeah.
like food stamps, I think, right?
What is it? The third of the month they just hit too.
Isn't it like Audi the EBT or some shit like that? Audi the EBT?
It's me, nigga.
That dude just he can't dress for shit. I heard he
Bro,
got,
listen,
I heard he got a
guys.
shaky hand too
Listen,
on the camera.
guys.
No, I'm just playing.
Nah, I think it's a toss up between Ronnie and Rels and Shamor. There's probably another one, but Shamor and MX2 are too. Those I want to go with Ronnie and Rels, man. Like they Shamor and Richie makes really, really good music.
Yeah.
It's a little outside of like what I personally would like, just what falls as if you go to my Apple
Like,
Music and I
listen
said
to it.
like,
Yeah.
but it comes on and I'm interested.
And you're not skipping it.
Same thing with
You're
Shamor.
not
Like
fired.
I am more into your Tory Lane's melodic, but you can flow and you can rap too. I'm personally, that's my flavor. So like, Rels takes the cake on that all day, every day.
Oh, Rel,
and
dude.
then my other side of it, like, bro, I grew up on rock music. So you throw Ronnie in there, and he comes out with, straight your local dealer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what
So.
Yeah, his lyrics are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
It's so fire. Though. It takes music to a different place, bro.
Putting captions on his video and having AI transcribe the captions for me, and then I'm just like reading them like,
oh my god, like
this dude's he's an animal, bro. He needs to be locked away. But yeah, that's my pick.
Who's best solos for you guys?
Okay.
I think Ken had for what it was, like for As on the Fly, Ken killed it still.
Well, you have to understand, like, he just fucking posted up a super iconic picture, bro. Shouts to me for taking it. I'm so shameless.
No, that was fire. It is like a Gotham picture.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's so precise, bro. So how we just right off the tops all unanimously agreed, I am not going to host a show that I'm performing in. How about host the show I'm also performing in on my birthday?
Right.
Getting all the artists coming out of my pocket.
While having an album drop, too.
All the stuff, bro. And go perform. And keep everybody on track.
And have vendors come through.
Yeah.
And during that performance, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty shit-faced too. So.
I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. I didn't know.
You couldn't tell what the fuck you were, dude.
Bro, all I know is it was just like, hey, give it up for the attainables. I'm like, all right, we're up. Like, I didn't even know we were up yet.
Bro, yeah, I had two songs and it was just like, all right, we gotta move on.
Yeah, man. But I will say,
the sacrifice was necessary.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's all good.
So, dude, it's really what you do in curating a show when you pick the artist. It blends really well. The same way. So whenever I made my album and I ordered the songs, you go through a little bit of a journey and it's up and down and energy shifting and this and that. And I feel like I saw similarities, whether it's the way that you meant to do it or not, just in the order that people did perform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then like within that, you go down a little bit of a rabbit hole, like when people are making their set list in the order that they're going to go in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just within the set list, let alone the entire night of people performing and the way that goes within the set list, you also choose to either start off strong or start off slow and then get into something more meaningful and then bring it back up and then fucking grand finale at the end. You know what I mean?
Me and Colin had that before we went on. So we had about 7 tracks. I know we had to cut 2 of them, but we had mutually agreed to cut the one while we were there because we were just like, Colin was just like, hey bro, like I'm gonna be honest, this is a great song. He's like, I just don't think it fits the vibe. He's like, and honestly, like I don't listen to it that much. Like I know we did it. He's like, I just don't. I don't think it'll transcend well, which I understand. I completely get it. But then we come together and we made our set list, and we wanted to start with Promises.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I'm just like, bro, that song gets so much traction on it. We got to end with that. I'm like, it's too strong of a song to start with. So we opted to start with like the older tracks from the last album from a year ago and then end with the new stuff. But on top of that too, like, shouts out to Colin for making his sacrifice that night because he had his own solo track and he was ready to go out and perform and like dance his little heart out. But like we obviously for time constraints, he was just like, you know what, bro? He's like, I'm gonna bite the bullet on this one. I know I had my own solo. He's like, I'm gonna cut it if we come into this again. Like I respect the same from you. You know what I mean? And I told him, I was like, I really appreciate that. Like, I was like, I understand like it didn't come to fruition how we wanted to, and we were on that time constraint, but I was like, hey bro, I got the same respect for you, I'll do it next time. But still though, like, it worked out how it was supposed to. Ken still got his happy birthday. I gave him a nice big sweaty hug at the end.
Yeah. I think the best thing for like chemistry and like not being a fucking vibe killer and shit like that, bro. If you like Off-White, an hour before called him, he was able to get there.
Yeah,
for his role
and all that. So like being able, I learned in recovery. I'm not gonna fucking go super deep into that, but like the one thing that will be beat into your head is like just acceptance. You know what I mean? Control what you can. Pull strings when necessary, but on the fly, your ability to accept this, not accept this, and put a boundary here, but we're cool with this, and be able to keep the vibe, keep the flow, bro. I'm a parent of 3, a boyfriend, a son, a brother. I'm all these things, but none of that happens without a little bit of, what's the word? It's
like discipline, self-sacrifice.
I guess I could call it sacrifice, but it's for the greater good. It's like
still sacrifice, but yeah,
not compliance, but there's a word that I just can't find it now. But like none of it comes with like you're selfish to say like no. Well, there are things I will stand firm on, but like bro, sacrifices along the way to keep things rolling, keep things moving for the greater good.
Right.
Because I can sit here and argue with you about.
All right, and we're back.
It's a small cut.
Small
But
cut.
just to bring that into a close, because I'm not going to go off on a tangent. Being easy to work with.
the little
is,
sacrifices we make add
Yeah.
up in the end.
Yeah.
Like we although it was like I said before, like the show wasn't picture perfect how
Yeah.
we wanted it to,
But it went pretty well.
in
Yeah.
the same in the same breath, like it went about as well.
Well,
as
they
it
say
could
don't sacrifice what you don't have. Don't sacrifice what you do have for what you don't have. You know what I mean? And that's pretty.
And we made the most out of it.
I mean, in my opinion, the first 2 shows that we did went way smoother,
Yeah.
but at the same time, we still had a good turnout.
Yeah.
We learned our lesson from the last one. Now we know what we got to do for the next one to make sure it's smooth.
Right.
And all goes as processed. I'm just working on building the rules for the next show and for every artist on like what they got to do, what their role is as a performer. And then after that's met, like, and that's all set, I mean, I think we'll be good.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
I think it's all learning experiences too.
Yeah.
Like we all learn from our own failures
Yeah.
and shortcomings and whatnot.
We should work with some of these not partner companies, but some of these connections that we
Other
have.
company- Yeah.
And we should start getting, whoever's available. Say Detainables and Bmurr.
I'm already in talks with possible.
Just headlining other people's shows and going and.
So the idea is down the road we're gonna have a Visions Planet Euphoria collab show at some
Beautiful.
point.
Dude, that would be exceptional.
They're at. I'm not speaking for what they're doing. I'm not sure what their plans are, but I'm not sure if they're going to be in Pittsburgh for that much longer. So we're trying to get it done here
Before
soon.
that, yeah.
And then as well,
Just have the artists.
It'd be
all-
cool to have
all
down
rock.
the route with us too. Like down the
I
route.
already talked to him about that. Like we might possibly do something like that. 'Cause
Like
if
the
we get-
X6 boys,
Dude,
they
let's
kill
do
it.
a fashion show. Like let's
That'd be cool.
let's fucking not like collab. They can collab with us to where maybe the majority, if not all, make it no exceptions. You have to rock Visions on stage so that when you're in the video, you're in the recap, you're in everybody's videos that they're taking of you, everyone is showing
random.
up and swag the fuck out in
Yeah.
Visions attire during their show. Boom. Then we turn it and flip it around. They do a fashion show, and we get, I mean, not in any type of like favoritism or this or that, but like it's the reality of the situation. We get our strongest, best energy, best
there,
vibe
yeah.
performers, and you can't throw a 15 artist show at it's not a show. But
Right.
what you can do is get 2 or 3 artists with very, very strong songs that fit the vibe. Like I'm not gonna go up there and do lick back or
Yeah,
anything like that,
yeah.
but champagne nostalgia,
Oh,
where it's
Lord.
flowy on some Gunna shit, to where like they can have their model walking down the runway and our artist doing the song behind them, or just like off to the side. We don't
And
even
that's
have
a
to be in
double
the
whammy.
spotlight.
That's
Yeah.
a double whammy for
It's
both of us.
it's mutually beneficial.
Everybody-
We'll come do this for you, and then you come do this for us, and then we'll come do this for you. And like, bro, the second I put a Vision shirt or whatever on to dress up, I'm gonna be hard pressed not to be giving them the money for it on the way out. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like I'm not taking this shit off, bro. This shit super crispy.
Dude, and without a doubt, like I mean, I'm wearing the shirt today. Their shit is so.
Show
cool,
them the shirt,
Their
man.
shirt, dude. Without a doubt, the shirt, it's beyond quality. And like when you talk to Gio, like he tells you such a story, and it's so passionate about like the process and everything that he's put into it. You can tell, like. Just when the first time I ever met Gio, we had like about an hour conversation. In that hour, I got probably multiple hours worth of time put in. Like just by him telling us, he's like, dude, although we do things out of the country, he's like, it's for the betterment of the quality. He's like, I'm gonna let you know right now, like if you're an X here, you might need to be a 3 or 4X in this shirt. He's like, but however, like feel the crew neck. The crew neck's a very nice, comfortable, like skater streetwear towel. The cotton or whatever this is very fantastic. It fits on your body very well. Like you can tell he puts time that's his baby.
Right.
So like buying into people's stuff like that, where there's truly and clearly like a well articulated and elegant story, like that's exceptional. Like and they like, and no shade to them or not no shade to them. Big props to them. They do a fantastic job.
No doubt. But does it hurt though?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Riding his dick. No, boy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No,
Hey, I like to show love.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm a big,
as we should. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever stated this to you guys. I'm an Italian man. So like Italians, like we are a very loyal breed of people.
Yeah, no doubt.
And like my lineage, like I got like a 80-20 split. You know, I got this.
80s Italian.
Yeah, 80s Italian. Like
my 23.
My 20 is like super pasty white Irish and some Euro.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's for my dad.
No, I knew you were gonna say that for some reason.
I burn in the sun. It's like no, I mean you can see this tan. I get a nice like little olive complexion, but. To the Italian people, like, dude, we're very high on like loyalty.
Yeah. No
so
doubt.
like, if you do right by me, I'm a right. Yeah, like without a doubt. Like it's even if we ain't blood, like it's to the point where it's like if you do right by me, I'll come to bat for you.
No doubt. Yeah.
So I feel that way with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, business has a lot to cut up and clip up for them, dude.
Damn right.
As they should, man.
Let me get a T-shirt.
super interested. It's just like it fits the style that I'm interested in.
I want to get a collab with them too. Some detainables and visions, merch.
Yeah.
You guys know about Tripper? You guys know about Tripper? Tripper had good merch at the show last night. Yeah, I was rapping to one of the designers for a little while last night. I would like to get away from dick riding the fashion designers, but I will say in the last...
I got one more too.
Okay, alright, so because they deserve their props. And what I will say...
Shameless plug.
What I will say is this is a hip-hop label, right?
Yeah, right.
So fashion and hip-hop go hand in hand.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, like before this past year, did anyone really hear about a bunch of fucking brands,
designers and brands
popping up in Pittsburgh? Like,
no. I think they've been working on it in the cuts for a little while.
Like Pittsburgh itself has become such a cultural center and artistic center for like everything, like arts, crafts, designs. Merch,
which is beautiful
fashion.
Because we need to take it back nationwide the way that Wiz and Mac did it, bro.
Dude, and that's the thing. Like we need somebody to champion the city.
Have to.
And I was chopping, and not to cut you off, I'll let you finish your point. But I was talking to Ryan at the show, and when he was telling us to come out and speak or to come out to the Vision show, I said to him, bro, I just feel like there's so many young guys in the city that all make music, and like there's so many artists that I don't know any of them. Yeah. And I don't know why. I said I'm so in the city, like I know all these people, but at the same time I don't.
It's because like so everyone like focuses on the it's the same shit I keep telling like the Planet Euphoria guys. Everyone wants to focus on the music. They just want to be the artist. You got to be more than just a fucking artist.
There's intangibles to it. Like, there's so many intangibles. You got to make content, and I hate making content too. But like, you got to make some sort of content, or else no one's gonna hear your song because no one's gonna know about it. No one's just gonna like. You can't just like post a link to your song and just be like, oh hey, I just dropped a song. Like this isn't 2012 anymore. Like
absolutely.
We don't get.
I've been saying that for so long, man.
I mean, like, we're to the point where people are almost, like, getting rid of YouTube 100%, posting a full vertical video to a full vertical music video.
To Reels.
To Reels on Instagram.
I stopped fucking filming in landscape for a lot of shit. Oh. Like, I started filming...
It just dies in the algorithm.
Yeah, man, like, even shorts on YouTube.
And if you do, like, film in landscape, you gotta, like, put something above, like, a graphic or something to, like, actually... Because, like...
To fill the space.
Because, like, if you're doing a video on YouTube, it automatically... Not YouTube, on Instagram, it automatically goes to Reels now. Yeah. So, I mean, you gotta, like, do...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're... Alright, so I'll say my... YouTube is the hardest... You make the most money off of it. The monetization's the best payoff on YouTube, but the hardest to get views.
Yeah.
So I'll say like I have songs on Spotify, and same thing with Apple Music because of just the way like a lot. Maybe it's just my demographic. My Spotify streams and views are top tier, and then my Instagram is on the higher side of things. My Facebook is on the higher side of things. But then we start going over to YouTube, and the same songs that have very good streams on both Apple Music and Spotify, it's a fraction of it on YouTube.
Now,
They're still there.
Do you think it's for convenience sake, or what do you think?
I do think it's convenience. Like, I don't know a lot of people that
stream on YouTube.
Yeah, but even like videos, and I will say, like, dude, like I have shorts that reach at like 500 view mark, but they're like 24 seconds.
Right.
And then I have shorts that may be closer to the minute, and they'll have like 14 views, and they'll be right next to each other, pretty much the same content, but for some reason, maybe it's the algorithm or whatever, it's just that short form content because the attention span is slowing down. You need quick cuts, you need fucking flashing lights and this and that, and like, if you really want some views, man, get a hot girlfriend or something.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Who's in that? I don't know. I've never seen it.
What's that actor's name? Do you know?
Hey Siri.
Uh-huh.
Who are the supporting actors in the movie Idiocracy?
Co-starring Jason Mewes,
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck,
Sarah Michelle
okay.
Gellar, Justin Long,
Oh,
and
Buffy,
Rosario
okay.
Dawson.
So,
This is
Good.
like, that movie alone, like, I just watched a couple, like, clips and reels of it on YouTube within the past couple of weeks. Like, I just, like, came back to it. My God. We're going, like, straight there in, like, society. Like, so, since you haven't seen it, it's about a soldier who gets trapped in, like, he's doing some medical test to where they're trying to, like, freeze a person, and they're doing it for a year. There's
Like cryo sleep?
Cryo, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But however, something goes wrong, they forget about the dude, and
He's, like, left.
He's just left there for 500 years.
Oh, damn.
So it's like...
Oh, they're on some, like, Captain America shit. Like,
So
where he's in the ice.
He wasn't even in the ice. He was just literally in a lab, just in a full, like, cryo tube.
Yeah.
And scientists knew he was there, they just forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And so...
That's Jim. He's just a wake up.
He wakes up in 500 years later because the whole lab that he was in is so, like, destroyed and, like, everything's just rumbled apart, and then his test tube moves and explodes into someone's house. And like the dude's so absorbed, like he's like so absorbed, like okay, you've seen Wall-E.
Yeah, I've seen.
So they're pretty much that exact way. They're all like slums, pretty much not doing anything. Just Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that, a little camera failure. But like as I was saying, like, like I showed you, it feels like really that's where we're going with society and even like attention spans, because like everyone's just like, I don't even know, bro. Like pretty soon we're gonna be starting to water cross with Gatorade and
Dude, that'd be nuts.
like Costco, you could have a strip club in Costco and all sorts of shit, bro. It's just like
I'm actually down for that one.
Straight dystopian society.
I'm not really sure what's wrong with that part, but I do agree.
Would you get a bulk deal on that, do you think?
because like Costco's all bought.
honestly, everything would be half off, that's for sure.
Damn, that's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, I agree. So segue.
Yeah.
I think we're getting up towards about 40 minutes or so. I'm not sure what the timestamp is.
43 minutes.
Okay, so probably going to start moving into the point of the show where we touch on the most important points, and part of the podcast where we touch on the most important points. At the show, I literally got back out of my car watching Young Niek and Colin with all of the fans that they brought out to the show, and I had a very important question for him that I think a lot of artists would want to know, especially if you were devoted and trying to do this as a career. So, Niek, if you have an answer for it now after a couple of days to think, what have you done or what can anyone do to build the type of fan base that you move around with?
I mean, you gotta really just be genuine and true to your brand, and like that's what I touched on at the show. Like first things first is the honesty. Like you have to be genuine, because people, unless like they know it's a character, they're not gonna buy into it. If they know you though, and they know like how you are, they like buying into you. Like I've been telling everyone,
as an artist, you are the brand,
right? Like I've told every artist that we've come across now, because like I've had a lot of people ask me that question. It's, you're not really selling the music. Like the music is kind of secondary. You're always selling yourself. So tying it into like my day job, like my soups and stuff have always told me like every day is an interview, right? Yeah. And it sucks to say that, because like it's not like you can't have a bad day or anything like that, but every day basically is an interview. Like if you run into somebody and you're like, oh, what's up, my name is Nico, I do music on the side, you know, I work here, I do this. You're selling yourself.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
always about selling yourself. So staying authentic to your brand and being genuine, that's like the number one thing.
Absolutely.
The loyalty to your fans too, that's huge. I mean, they like to be rewarded. You know what I mean? Like merch, shouting them out and appreciating them,
acknowledging them.
Before me and Con even went on the stage, we went to every single table there, and we thanked them for coming. We said, hey, like, just so you know, I know we didn't go on yet, but we really appreciate your time, and we wanted to tell you personally, like, thank you for coming. If you look around, you know, we got this table, we got that table, we have this table. That's all you guys. You guys are all here, for everybody, but for us in particular. And it really fills up the room, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So
that connectivity is so important as an artist.
Being loyal to them, that's for sure. And then on top of that too, like you can't be scared to put yourself out there, man. Like I told Ken, me and Ken, I'm not gonna get into where me and Ken work at, but me and Ken work at the same corporation, just doing different things. But at where I was at, I told Ken, I'm like, yeah, I got like 15 to 20 people coming from work, like coming here to support me. And he was like, word? He's like, I never even thought to tell people like where I work at. I was like, why? Why not? Like, so what if they make fun of you? Or like, so what if it's like, we're not at work. Like if you choose to come after or whatever, like this is an after work function. Like if I'm inviting you and you choose to come,
you're the sole creator of the event that they could all be excited for on that Friday when they get out.
And that's what I mean. Like, I had 15 to 20 people come straight from work, and like these are people with kids, working full jobs and stuff, and they were like, they paid the full admission.
That's why it's so important to let them know like how important, like how thankful and grateful you are for the time and money that they do come out. There's a bar there's a door charge. You're any hour I'm spending doing anything other, I could be doing something that makes me money or that feeds my soul.
Right. So. That and I had already said to Con too. This is why me and him have already agreed that we can't do every single show opportunity that comes our way. Is that we have such a dedicated fan base. Like this show in particular, we had a great turnout. We had over a month in advance.
Yeah.
To promote that to people and tell them like, hey, we're trying to make this a really big show. We had T-shirts we sold to people, like all this and that. And I said to him too, you have to factor in the point of these people are investing into us. Yeah. $20 at the door, $20 for the shirt, $20 for the next show. Money that they spend at the bar. Like you can't expect these people to keep dropping money like that.
Them.
Yeah, like
it becomes greedy or
it's selfish. It's selfish. So if you spread it out enough, like people are still going to want to come out and support you.
People need time to like
recuperate.
The older that you get, you realize that every dollar, like the value of a dollar. Yes, you can't get much with a dollar, but the value of the dollar is still in the back of your mind, probably in the front of your mind.
Well, it's the value of your time too.
Yeah,
because a lot of, like I said, a lot of the people I've invited out now have kids. Like, and it's a phenomenal experience to have people willing to part with their own children and their family time to come spend time with us. Even if they were there for only 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the case may be, like, when they're there, you are basically like a subservient to them. You have to make sure that you thank them, say thank you for coming.
It's just like any other customer service.
Like, thank you for coming. We really appreciate your business. Now let's go and crush this fucking thing.
Absolutely.
Like, let's put on a show for them, like what they're here for. So, like, having that many people show out, like, I don't know how many Niek shirts did you guys count there? I counted.
Dude, it was a sea of Niek.
From the picture, I got 20, and there were people that weren't in the pictures.
Right. Sober enough to count.
So real quick, for somebody trying to develop a fan base, right? So, say it's not in-person personal interaction. You don't know all these people. What do you think is the number one way to get people you don't know interested in your music?
Practice your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch, so that was when I first got into the field I am, my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest things that they stressed us.
Yeah.
So I started working there.
Sell yourself in 1 minute.
Right. I was 18 when I got to that company, and they told me that's the biggest thing you can work on is your elevator pitch.
Fantastic.
Hello, how are you? You know, it's very nice to meet you. I appreciate your time today. My name is Nico. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I also do this on the side.
Yep.
If you're interested, here's my contact information. If you're not interested, is there any way I can get you interested? Make sure you sell yourself in as short as time as possible, because like even Ken said, the time span for people, like the ADHD brains, so like your focus on things is getting really short with everybody, and the value of everybody else's time. Like we're all stretched in different places. For us to even be here doing this pod is exceptional, because we all got different things we got going on. So practice your elevator pitch, stay genuine to yourself, be loyal to your fan base, and just keep doing you. Like I already told Bmurr and Ken and like the group chat we have about probably 70% of like all the success that me and Connor have had is probably from yapping and making connections.
Yap it up.
20% is about musical talent, and maybe 10% is like charisma.
Yeah.
Like I would say like I'm a pretty charismatic dude. Like you could throw me in the fire and we're gonna have a good time.
Yep, absolutely.
Like even on there, like I'm
bring the vibe. Which
I am a vibe.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
and that's from my mom and my Italian genes. But that's like the Italian side of me. I talk with my hands. I'm a very loyal, like we already touched on it, I'm a loyal guy. I'm going to make sure you have a good time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, even in the crowd of people.
It's like hospitable, even if it's not the home.
Right, like
it's
I'm talking to you even if I'm not looking at you in the crowd.
Right.
And everybody there felt it.
Yeah.
You know, we did the t-shirt toss midway through. By the way, don't judge my throw. My throw was terrible, but...
No, they're the first pitch. You got it. Let's see it again.
The t-shirt toss was...
Run back the footage.
Was exceptional.
That's what we should do. We should edit that in there.
No, for sure.
Right here. Hold on. Let's take a brief pause so we can watch this video.
You want me to pull that up?
Mm.
Oh, I was about to
We're gonna superimpose it into the podcast.
All right, we're back.
All right, cool. We're back.
Okay.
We're back. So like,
yeah, the t-shirt
we don't
toss.
have to talk about the throw if you don't want to, but the throw. No, I'm playing. It was a good throw on the spot. Whatever.
But it like that too. Like, hey, we're signing this shirt right here.
Yeah.
That made somebody feel special.
No doubt.
Then after the show, we're signing T-shirts. We're taking pictures.
Yeah.
I made sure to tell Con before, like. That's why I said to him before we go on, we have to thank him now, because when this is over, we're getting pulled in a million different directions. People want to leave, like they want pictures. Like you got to thank them now, and that goes a long way.
Physically signing. People think it's dead, bro. I sold 50 CDs in fucking 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Promoted it before. This getting the physical copy of the CD. It wasn't so much about hearing the music. It was about that piece of merch that came with. I signed them with silver and gold markers. I took the time to get the cover art printed out, cut it out every single one. As I was cutting it out, I had I believe my brother just make a little video of me and my mom together, because my mom used to work at the scrapbook station, and we used all the little tools and this and that, cut out all of the album artwork, slipped them all into the cases, and made a little piece of content. By the time we were ready to get them out, man, I had 30 pre-sold with money deposited to me that I just had to go drop off. And we're talking 2024 physical copies of CDs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I understand. Like,
and you can speak to that. So for me, I had 45 shirts sold, and not even everybody was there in the shirts, but they bought the shirts.
Right.
How does that feel when you
fantastic,
right? Like for them to reward you and you reward them,
absolutely.
They can
has to be mutually beneficial. Most things should,
and they can tell you put the time in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when you're genuine and they can see, like it's back to the vision stuff. Yeah. When you buy a piece of merch from him, or you buy a shirt from me, or an album from Bmurr, or an album from Ken, you hear and see and appreciate all the time that goes into that. So if you can express that and your fans can get that, that's what's going to grow that fan base.
Absolutely. Okay.
Like, no bullshit. How many people do we have there? For us, do you think? Like, for us, no bullshit. I think 50 people.
You're counting 20 shirts. That's 20 off rip. But, like, outside, dude, it was hard to get to my car right away. Like, I had to get through people, and, like, it got to the point where I was like, oh, let's chat, let's observe, and this and that, and a good amount of people.
That's
it goes back to, like, dedication and your great gratitude towards having the people shows, and the fact that you said, like, you're not going to do a show next week.
Right.
Because you understand that, like, yes, your fan base is dedicated, and if you go turn around right, your fans are going to be disappointed that they can't make it.
Right.
And you don't want them to feel that and attach that type of feeling towards coming to one of your shows. Instead, you wait until, you know, the time is right. Timing is everything.
That, and we also, this is real quick.
Yeah.
We opened for forever ago. This was about 2017. So Club Avalon used to be Diesel.
Oh yeah.
We opened for this guy named Kid Quill. He's a white dude. I think he's from like Chicago. He makes like real like upbeaty Chance the Rapper type music,
Okay, yeah.
like vibey type shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's a real stand up guy.
Cool.
Oh, we're back to it.
All right, you finish my point real quick.
Yeah, pick up
So,
where you left off.
Kid Quill, real quick. He gave us some of the biggest pieces of tips when we were like 16, 17, 18, me and Con. He just said, bro, you make the good music, the people will come. So that's what we started doing. We locked in, made better pieces of content. We kept it real with everybody, worked on those elevator pitches, and just made sure that, like, on top of that, we stuck to our niche, like you were saying, off camera. Found our pocket, found our niche, and people were buying into it. People were showing up. It's a good-ass time.
Hell yeah.
But, real quick before I pass it back to Bmurr, what we got going on, me and Con just dropped Trials and Tribulations, stream that everywhere. Transition to you, Bmurr.
Fantastic. Hey man, just because it's super important to me, I started making music videos a little while back. I started filming content for people. I got $70 in gift cards from Amazon and a gimbal for Christmas. And my biggest thing was, like, I always thought that it cost $800, $1,200 to get a video done and this and that. So I never had that money just laying around. So I started shooting videos for people for literally a fraction of that price. Got really good at editing other people's content, really good at editing my own content with my own little bit of flavor to it. So now I'm at the point where my content that I'm creating for myself, I always do a piece for myself the day after a show, just to display, you know, anything that's available to anybody else. So if you need content, a recap for your show, you need a camera guy, you want somebody to come through and make you look like the best version of yourself on that stage so you can show up and show out and keep booking shows. If you have a single coming out, if you have anything that you want clipped up, if you want content shot, hit me up. BmurrTheET on all platforms. It's BmurrTheET on all platforms. We'll probably superimpose all of our Instagram names and all of our handles. But as an artist, it is so important for your fans to be able to attach themselves with something that embodies who you are, what your characteristics are, and what your brands are. So come get some stuff shot, invite me out to your show, and let me make y'all look good.
Kenny, what you got going on?
We know what Ken got going on.
Promo.
Yes, sir.
Promo, the Launchpad shows, Planet Euphoria.
2001.
2001, really just focusing on promo. I'm probably going to drop a few singles here and there. I want to get our project back in the works, and project with JD too, but that's really it. I'm not going to do any like large scale projects or anything like that.
Take a break,
foreseeable.
bro.
Yeah, I just need a break.
Have some fun now.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for some shows we might have lined up in the future.
September, October, November, December. I'm going to try for something every month.
We'll definitely
And,
pop out at some local events. Come
Planet
say what's up,
Euphoria
guys.
is definitely expanding. I see it. I feel it. We all feel the pressure of what growth brings. You know, growing pains.
The energy's crazy too. We have good energy.
The payoff from growing and being able to handle that extra weight for a little while until we can disperse it is great. Relationships with other companies, partnerships with other companies, collaborations, and you expand in that way, and that's exactly what Planet Euphoria has been doing. So I do believe, I really want to say, this should probably be the pilot.
Yeah, no, I agree.
This turned out really well, and if you guys liked it, there will be much more of this, maybe some guests. This is going to end up being mostly the most consistent boys only episodes, and we'll have, you know, tangents with other characters and co-stars and all that stuff. So, okay, you want to close us out?
All right, yeah. Thanks for joining us today. My name's Kennetic. We got BmurrTheET. We got Young Niek here at the Planet Pod. Thanks for version 1. We'll see you guys next time.
Should we Power Rangers this thing?
Yeah, let's Power Rangers.
Planet on 3. Morphin time. 1, 2, 3. Planet.